George Souris, Empire Legal. This week we're talking about building and pest clause. All right, so REIQ contracts, we're talking about page 3. We've got the building and pest clause. What is it? It's there to protect a buyer to make sure that the property they're looking to buy is structurally sound. Now, timeframes. In the section on page 3, you put in a time frame. Traditionally, we'll see 7 days or 14 days. This can be any length of time. All right, guys, now a couple of quick things. You've got to act reasonably. So what does that mean? It means if you get a report back and it says that you've got 1 leaky tap or 1 broken light bulb, you can't really terminate the contract because you're not acting reasonably. The test is that you never would have entered into the contract and bought the property if you knew about these things. So we're talking major problems, structural concerns, water leaking, termites, etc. If you need help with picking an inspector, we've got a shopping list of guys we can refer you to that can help out. Now, you must use a licensed inspector. This is not negotiable. It can't be your handy uncle, builder, mate, or anybody like that. It has to be a qualified building and pest inspector that is registered and licensed to carry out the works for the purposes of inspections in Queensland. All right, now when you get your report back, if you're okay with it, you can satisfy the clause and move forward. If you're not happy with it, you've got 3 options. Option 1, you can terminate the contract. You'll get your deposit back and the contract's at an end. Option 2, you can ask for them to fix items, so repair things before settlement. Or option 3, you can ask for a price reduction. Now, please note, the seller does not have to agree to these things. We can guide you through it and work with the real estate agent to get you a result. Now, if the deadline passes, so we're talking 5 p.m. on the due date here for building and pest, the contract remains on foot. The only difference is the seller now has a right to terminate. So if you haven't satisfied it or you're still negotiating and it hasn't finalised, the seller can terminate and your deposit money's returned to you and the contract's finished. All right, now last thing, if you choose to terminate on building and pest, you are obliged to provide a copy of the report promptly to the vendor. So you want to make sure you've got that handy from a licensed inspector. Thanks, guys. See you on the next one.